Just a quick recap. I am sharing my story, how life was before I knew I was DID, after I was diagnosed with the dissociation identity disorder, and then my path to healing. So right now, I have finally found a counseling center who's willing to help me. Do not remember anything that we talked about. I'd been there for a few months. And one of my friends said, I think you need to go without seeing your mom and grandma for a while because of the manipulation, because of the guilt feelings, just all the emotion wrapped up in that. So I took that issue to my counselors. I had a female counselor that I really wanted, and the male counselor who owned the facility really wanted to be involved in my case. He was fascinated by my story, and so I let him stay, despite the fact I probably really didn't want him there, but I didn't want to be kicked out of the counseling center either, so I did what I thought I had to do. So I walk in and I tell them the story. I have a friend who suggests I stay away from mom and grandma because of all the emotional issues just for a short time. And their response to me was shocking. They said, let's have a conference. What do you mean, let's have a conference? I'm here. I'm asking you, my counselors, what's your opinion on this? Can you help me work through this? And they said, let's have a conference. And I don't understand. And I tell them, I just don't understand. And they're like, close your eyes and think of your house. So I did what they said. I closed my eyes and I thought of my house. Now, the thing is, the house I saw is not any house I ever lived in. And we moved every 6 months, every year. Like, I've moved every year of my life almost until I was an adult on my own. And the house that was in my head was not any of the houses I had ever lived in. Matter of fact, all I saw was this long stairway with a place underneath the stairway and then a living room with couches and recliners and chairs. And so I'm like, okay, I see a house. And they're like, now ask everybody to come out. I'm like, what are you talking about? I was clueless. But I just went with what they said, and I sat there kind of in shock as I watched. There was a little 4-year-old, legs crossed, curled up on the couch. I saw an 8-year-old with her arms crossed like this, like, yeah. She was on the stairway. Then there was another one just sitting slumped on the stairway. I had somebody underneath the stairs, hiding under the stairway. Like, it was very bizarre to me, and I can't even tell you exactly who I saw where because I was just in shock, and it's been quite a few years, and I still had no idea what the heck was going on. And they said, is everyone there? And I'm like, I think so. I don't know. And they said, how does everyone feel about it? And I sat there and I listened as each one was, yeah, I'm fine with it. Yeah, absolutely, not a problem, except for the little 4-year-old. And she's like, but I'll miss grandma. And I was just like, wow, this is trippy. Like, I am watching this inside my own head going, how do you people know this? And what is this? And I never got an explanation, ever. But they did ask the little 4-year-old if she would be okay for a little while not seeing them, that it wasn't forever, it was just a little while. And she agreed that that would be okay. And so the council and the consensus agreed, yep, we could do this for a few months. Trippiest thing I had ever seen up until that point. And that's all I remember from that visit. Maybe they explained things to me, but I was not around to hear it. I really have no idea what that was, but that is why I think, even though I was diagnosed at 27, I believe that a few years earlier that they knew something was going on. I just didn't know what was going on. So I continued to go see those counselors. Don't remember anything that ever happened until 1 week I showed up and the gentleman was there. And I said, oh, where is the lady? And he's like, she registered for a college class. She's not going to be joining us anymore. What do you mean she's not joining us anymore? It's just going to be me from now on. The feelings I had inside, they they were, talk about picket signs. I had a counsel and I heard all of them. What the heck? You lied to me? Hello? Excuse me, I told you I wanted a lady counselor, and if she registered for class, you would have known that last week. Why didn't you tell me she would no longer be here? Why do you wait to spring it on me when I show up? And the compliant child that I was, I sat down on that couch and did the session with him, and I didn't say much. I literally refused to talk to him. And when the session was over, I got up, I walked out of that counseling center, I got into my car, and I sobbed. I can just remember the gut-wrenching sobs because they had betrayed my trust, because I thought I had a place that was going to help me work through the things that were going on. And if she signed up for a class, she would have known ahead of time. They should have warned me ahead of time. And I think about it and I'm like, well, maybe they told apart. And I'm like, you know what? If they did, they should have told me, the host, the main person. Like, I should have known before I walked in there, and it was just him. And the way he told me, oh yeah, she won't be here, wasn't, we've told you this. It was, oh yeah, this is new. It's okay. You're just going to have to trust us. And I went home and I sobbed and I cried and I never went back. And they called, are you coming in? Nope, I'm done. You betrayed my trust. And then I was left with, now what do I do? Stay tuned for more. Thanks for listening.